but really you just want to fill the void with a person. So I'm actually okay being single. Was with me, but I want a man. Just have to target me. So I've come to a very serious first world problem, and did you guys know that Spotify can run out of space? Why do I pay premium then? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope that you can see me because I've literally changed the setup so many times that I'm just not willing to do it anymore. So I hope you can see me. So today's video, as you can see from the title, is about why you don't like singleness. And a little backstory to why I'm making this is I feel like people around me, being friends, family, you know, they don't seem to understand that I'm actually okay being single and that I'm actually not searching for a man. Now, you might be asking, Hope, why? It's amazing, relationships, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I love love, beautiful, but I just don't.
Say that you're fine and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It's not that I don't desire it, it's just that I don't need it. It's not a necessity. It's not something like I'm like, oh, I need a boyfriend right now. Like, why don't I have a boyfriend? And so I thought I'd pass some of this on to people since you guys love relationship videos apparently. Basically, recently, I don't know why, I don't know, maybe just because the lockdown conversation has gotten so dry that they just have to target me. But friends, family, where's your boyfriend? Why aren't you dating? Blah, blah, blah. My question is, why aren't you dating? That's the real question, actually. They're all in relationships. But it doesn't matter because you know what? I don't have to be. Just because you want to be doesn't mean I have to be. So I'm gonna break it down for you. By the way, hi, my name is Hope if you're new to my channel. I make videos on faith and lifestyle and just being Hope. And I also have a podcast called the Hopecast. You can follow me on Instagram at the.hopecast if you want to find out more about what's going on in my life. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I'm just going to start with some reasons why you might not be okay with being single. One reason you're not content is because you think it shows your worth somehow. You think being validated by someone else makes you look like you're good enough, or I don't know, pretty enough or cool enough, or your personality bangs enough. Like, I think it shows people that someone else actually, like, I don't know, I'm worth enough and I'm liked enough to be like dedicated to it. And I know that sounds like, oh whoa, no one actually thinks like that, but people be saying like, I don't need a man, I'm a strong independent woman, like, but actually is your mindset like that, or are you just saying those words to try and make yourself think that you are, but really you just want to fill the void with a person? So yeah, I think that comes a lot with mindset. So I think the first step for you is to level up your mindset, and instead of just saying I don't need a man, blah blah, actually be okay with being alone, being okay with being single, and having your identity as a child of God. Like, that is your number one, and you're like God's child, and everything that he's made you to be, you are okay to be. If you are single right now, that's because you're meant to be single right now. So first step is acceptance, you know, just accept it and then be like, God, help me to be okay with being single, and help me to actually believe that you've given this to me. And that's the next step. So the next reason you might be not feeling content is because you feel lonely. And trust me, you are not alone. Whether that's you feel alone in singleness, like, oh, everyone else around me is in a relationship. I guess it is harder when you get a bit older than I am, because I'm 21. So I'm like, a lot of my friends are single and we're just living our best lives, you know. But I guess as it gets older, kind of people get married and have babies and stuff, and that must be hard, and I definitely can't speak into that. So if you are at that stage, I'm sorry, I'm not really speaking into that. But even then, you are not alone. Not alone in terms of the fact that God is always with you. Now, that is probably a bit cliche. Like, people don't want to hear that. Like, yeah, I know God's with me, but I want a man's like, and that is fair enough. And like, if that is a desire of yours to get married, like, I'm not saying it's wrong at all. I think you need to think about how much pressure you're putting on other people outside of you to make you happy enough, and whether you're putting enough of that on God, because God actually does say, I will always be with you to the end, and Jesus promises us that. So you just need to think about, and maybe take a few steps back and think, am I actually too attached to people rather than actually listening to what God says about me and talking to God through these issues, through my struggles, and bringing him into that, because you are never alone when you have Jesus. So off the back of that is get some loyal friends, and that is obviously easier said than done. Really good friends from school, and I also have some really good friends from uni, but it is hard to, like, they are few and far between. I find that when you make a friend and you're actually, do you know what I mean, if you're in maybe the same situation as your friend, like, be willing to talk about it with them, be willing to open up, be willing to just have them know what your struggles are, and get the ones who are loyal, get the ones who are actually gonna call you up and spend time with you, you know, who aren't just gonna like blank you for someone else, whatever, like that. Like, get the friends who are loyal so they'll actually help you through this as well. Also, you don't need to put all the pressure on them to make you feel good. Paul talks about it. He doesn't just say, I'm content, blah, blah. Like he said, I've learned to be content in all these situations. So don't worry if you don't feel like that now, but start asking God to help you be content, to be able to be happy with who you are in him without having to have that validation from another person. I mentioned earlier, some people just want to feel validated. They honestly just want to be in a relationship, so for the sake of saying I'm in a relationship. And my tip is, you need to stop living for other people's approval. Stop thinking, oh, if I get in a relationship, oh, then maybe my mum will stop questioning me. I'm literally a child. I'm basically a child. Like, I don't know why I'm getting outed. I need to be free as a bird. But anyway, that's another story. You don't need to be like, oh, I need to be in a relationship so my friends will like think I'm really cool, or social media people will like my pictures more, or so that my family like gets off my back. Like, maybe you just need to talk to your family and be like, actually, I think you need to be more accepting of the fact that people are single and it's not something that's wrong with you. And maybe even you need to say it's actually quite unhelpful when you do say those things and it makes me feel down or whatever. So you can say that, and I'm sure your family or your friends are more understanding of that. So maybe you do need to have a conversation, you know, but it'll be good. The reason you're probably not content is because culture tells you that you need to be in a relationship. If you think about it, Instagram is always like the top things, top videos on YouTube, celebrity news. It's all about, oh, who's the next cutest couple, all that stuff. And as much as we really enjoy it and we actually feed off it as a culture, it's not actually good for it to be up on a pedestal so high and so much to be revolving around being in a relationship, because a lot of the population are actually single and it's actually okay, and they're not half human just because you say, oh, you should be in a relationship because that's cool or whatever. And yeah, I think one of the things about like especially social media makes you think that being in a relationship, it gives the illusion that everything in your life is better, and like it's obviously really awesome to be in the relationship and like have that person for you and all that stuff. There's loads of good reasons to be in a relationship, but it doesn't make your life automatically better, because you're still going to face the same struggles, you're still going to have the same problems, and you just got another person to deal with those problems. And do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to have a boyfriend or girlfriend to actually get through those challenges and problems. And that's bringing me on to my next step. So a tip off the back of that is, maybe if you feel like you're being drowned by the need for a relationship, maybe you need to delete social media for a bit. You'll know that in my last video about decluttering your life, which I'll link, is definitely encouraging you to get rid of social media, because honestly it's not the most healthy thing to always be on. If you're craving something and then you're always seeing it on your feed, you're literally being fed that and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a good idea to delete socials. Hi, so sorry about that, my camera died, so the sun has probably changed a lot since like 2 hours ago. But my last point was that singleness is a gift, and of course the ruler of this world does not want us to believe anything that is the truth from the word of God. So he wants us to believe a lie that singleness is not a gift, but it is, and it genuinely can be used as a gift if you actually received it and you value it, you know. So I've said this before, but you're not going to be single forever. Like, majority of people will get married, and so this means there's only a period of time where God has given you this gift to use it wisely and well. So maybe if you're actually in the mindset that singleness is not a gift, you need to get that lie out and replace it with the truth, and just, you know, clothe yourself with the word of God and know that he is the one who decides what is the truth, not the lies. So those are just some reasons you might not be content, and I hope that you leave this video feeling that you can be more content. And yeah, that's pretty much me for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So I wish you all the best and have a beautiful Easter, and I hope and pray that you follow Jesus today. Jesus is alive. Woo! Let's go. Yeah.